Hey, folks, welcome to the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network podcast. I'm your host, Louis Carlin. We're heard right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thanks for joining me today. Very happy that you could be with me. Before I get started, I just want to do a quick shout out to one of our newest subscribers to our YouTube channel, Just in Time 211, Just in Time 211, I should say. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Just in Time 211. Thank you again for subscribing to the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network YouTube channel. Very grateful that you've done that. And if you're watching for the first time, if you like what you see, check out the content. If you like the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button as well. Okay, let's get into it. Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa has shot back at Triple H. Triple H made some comments regarding female talent. It was during a media call today. He was asked, he commented on Mickie James and the NWA doing an all-women's pay-per-view. He was asked, said this is Fightful.com. When asked about women doing another all-women, when asked about WWE doing another all-women show or WWE talent appearing on Mickey's show, Mickie James show, that NWA all-women show, Triple H had a lot to say, and I'm not going to read his entire everything he said because it's a very long comment he had. But basically, I'm going to read that he did say that if you want to wrestle the best women in the world, come to the WWE. And at the end, he said the best female wrestlers in the world are in the WWE, and if they are not, they want to be. Okay, so he said that, and first off, I don't know why somebody would ask him if WWE talent is going to appear on Mickie James NWA all female pay per view, because there's no way in hell. I mean, I can answer that question. It's no. It's no. And there's no way that any WWE you're not going to see Sasha Banks on the NWA all female pay per view. That's not going to happen. So anybody could have answered that question, but he does. But at the end, like I said, he said the best females and wrestlers, best female performers in the world are in the WWE, and if they are not, they want to be. So Thunder Rosa, who is signed to the NWA and also works for the AEW, runs the all-female promotion, Mission Pro Wrestling. She doesn't agree with Triple H's view about WWE having all the best female performers. So Thunder Rosa tweeted out, the best female wrestlers are not located in one company, not even in one country. They are spread out over many companies and many countries. Talented women are across the globe. And Deonna Purrazzo retweeted that, and she gave her approval on that tweet. So good for Thunder Rosa. Good for Thunder Rosa for tweeting that out. And I agree with Thunder Rosa on that. I agree with Thunder Rosa 100%. Triple H thinking that the best female performers are in the WWE. Well, let's think about that for a second. Why don't we? Maybe we could go to Stardom. Maybe go to Stardom out in Japan. We could ask Mayu Iwatani. We could ask Julia. We could ask Tam Nakano. We could ask Utami Hayashishita if the best female wrestlers in the world are only in the WWE. Maybe we could go to AAA in Mexico and we could ask Fabi Apache how she feels about Triple H making the comment that the best female wrestlers in the world are in the WWE. Maybe we could go over to Impact Wrestling. Maybe even though Deonna Purrazzo has expressed her opinion, maybe we could ask her again. Maybe we could go to Jordan Grace, who she feels. We could go to Jordan Grace and ask her if she feels the best female wrestlers are in the WWE. And maybe we could ask Kiera Hogan, Tasha Steelz the same question, how they feel about that. Maybe we could go to AEW. We could ask Hikaru Shida. We could ask Britt Baker, the AEW Women's Champion. And we could ask Tay Conti how they feel about Triple H making that comment that the best female wrestlers in the world are in the WWE. And maybe we could just in Canada, maybe we could ask LuFisto. She's not with any promotion right now, but maybe we could ask one of the best female wrestlers in the world, in my opinion, without a doubt, LuFisto. Maybe we could ask her how she feels about Triple H making that comment that all the best female wrestlers in the world are only in the WWE. Let's see how she feels about that. But I just ran off a number of names of top female wrestlers in the world of professional wrestling, and none of them work for the WWE. So again, good for good for Thunder Rosa for shooting back on Triple H. I completely disagree. I completely disagree with Triple H. The best female wrestlers in the world are not strictly in the WWE. All right, and I'm not taking away from any of their talent. They have some very, very talented wrestlers there. Sasha Banks, Asuka. So they have a lot of great talent there. But there are other promotions all over the world that have great female talent as well. I mentioned Stardom, AAA in Mexico, Stardom in Japan, AAA in Mexico. We have Impact Wrestling, AEW. Ring of Honor is trying to build up their women's division as well. So that's another promotion. But best female wrestlers are spread out all over the world, many promotions, many different countries, as Thunder Rosa has said. So I agree with Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa, 100%. Well done, Thunder Rosa. As soon as I'm done with this podcast, I'm going to retweet that. So good job there, Thunder Rosa. Again, I agree with you 100%. And I just want to say, Thunder Rosa, please, you got to get that NWA title back around your waist. So I'm sure that the main event at the the NWA all female pay per view is going to be Camille defending against you. So I hope you get that title back, because Thunder Rosa is definitely one of the best female wrestlers in the world today. And hey, guess what, Triple H? She doesn't work for the WWE. All right. Okay. Just wanted to talk about that. So let's move on. Let's move on. Yesterday I reported that Authors of Pain have announced their retirement from professional wrestling, and this was reported on 2 or 3 different websites, so that's why I ran with it. But Authors of Pain shot back right away, and they said that they're not retiring. That they are not retiring. So Authors of Pain are not retiring. So I just want to retract my story from yesterday, and I apologize. I should have waited a little bit for it to be confirmed. But Authors of Pain are not retiring from professional wrestling. They're not taking bookings at this time. I think one of them is might be injured, but they actually put up a in response to that report. They put up a tweet where Authors of Pain are posed next to Paul Ellering, and they all have their middle fingers raised, and they with the caption "Ain't done yet, bitches." So they'll be back. Would love to see them in Impact Wrestling. I think they would be just great in Impact Wrestling as well. I think they will be great in New Japan Pro Wrestling as well. I know New Japan Pro Wrestling has expressed interest in them. AEW, not so much. They said that they're not sure if they would be the right fit for AEW. That's it's up to Tony Khan, but I would love to see them in Impact Wrestling or New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I have a feeling it's going to happen. So once again, Authors of Pain are not retiring, and who knows? Maybe tomorrow we'll get another report that they are retiring. But as of right now, Authors of Pain are not retiring from professional wrestling. The X Division champion, Josh Alexander, my opinion, one of the greatest X Division champions in the history of Impact Wrestling. Josh Alexander is the real deal, one of the absolute best wrestlers in the world. And he was being asked who he would like to defend the X Division belt against. And he came up with one name, and it was Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is a free agent on July 14th. We might see him show up at Slammiversary. I would absolutely love to see Josh Alexander successfully defend his title against whoever it is at Slammiversary, and then Samoa Joe's music hits. Samoa Joe comes down to the ring, and him and Josh Alexander face off, and it sets up a match between Josh Alexander and Samoa Joe. I think Josh Alexander is going to have the X Division Championship for quite some time, and they would be crazy to take the belt off Josh Alexander. If you haven't seen that Iron Man match against TJP, you have to stop what you're doing right now. Go to YouTube and watch the full match. It is absolutely fantastic. Classic match. There's not much more I can say about how great Josh Alexander is. I've been a fan of Josh Alexander way before he signed with Impact Wrestling. He's up here in Canada. big fan, and I knew he was going to be a star. If he all they had to do was give him the ball, let him run with it, and that's what they're doing right now. And they're seeing the results. Josh Alexander is just absolutely fantastic, but let's talk about him against Samoa Joe. That would be a match for the ages, in my opinion. I think it will be a tremendous match. I think it will be a huge victory for Josh Alexander. I don't see Samoa Joe defeating him for the X Division title. I see Josh Alexander going over, but it would still be a tremendous match, a big match for Josh Alexander, and I think it's something that the fans want to see. I definitely want to see it. I'm sure a lot of Impact Wrestling fans want to see it. I'm sure many professional wrestling fans want to see it, and hopefully, we will get to see it in Impact Wrestling. Hopefully, after Slammiversary, when Slammiversary is done, it sets up a feud between Samoa Joe and Josh Alexander. And on that note, I'm going to say thank you very much for listening to me today. I'm Louis Carlin. This is the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network podcast. Until next time, thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye. And stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye bye.